Bright lights, brighter students, and barbells for your brain. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, September 9th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. It's been getting dark earlier lately, but somehow our streets seem brighter. There's a reason for that, and City Hall wants you to know it. Recently, Stafford Mayor Cecil Willis had an exciting announcement.
As everyone knows, at some point in time, Centerpoint is going to convert their street lights to LEDs. In the city of Stafford, it's been going on for well over a year and a half. And as a street light burned out, then they replaced it with the new LEDs. If memory serves me, January time frame of this year, Centerpoint came out, we had a conversation. They subsequently sent us a document to sign, which I did, and they are now in the process of converting all street lights to the new LED system, which is going to be tremendous. I know that the Dove Country subdivision has been completed because I got a text from their HOA president, and they're extremely pleased with the new lighting in the subdivision. The time frame for this completion is when Centerpoint's schedule will permit them. The gentleman I saw as I backed out of my driveway Tuesday morning, he was working on the street light across the street from me. And then I noticed, and then I looked down my street and there were new LED lights, and as I drove out of the subdivision, I noticed there was new LED lights. So I assume they're taking them subdivision by subdivision, which would make sense to me, and just work around the entire town till it's completed. And I want to say, it is not only better lighting, and you can totally see the difference when you look at an LED, and there's one place in my subdivision where the old light is there and the next pole is the LED, and it's drastically brighter. But the real thing is it's much more efficient and cheaper on everyone and conserves electricity.
For Stafford Weekly News, this is Randall Williams. Fort Bend County, and especially Stafford, has a notably diverse population, and continued communication is essential to all our successes. A recent gathering at City Hall proved this, and John King joined in.
We're very honored to have old friends and new friends from Taiwan come here and visit us today. This is just one more example of why we in Fort Bend County, and especially in the city of Stafford, Fort Bend is the most diverse county in the United States of America. And I've always maintained, since Fort Bend County is the most diverse, I believe when you look at 25, 25, 25, 25 by the census, we are the closest to that. So I declare us as the most diverse city in the United States.
Stafford City and the deputy, of course, Alice is the good friends to Taiwanese community, and not only to the Taiwanese community people in here, but also to our TECO office in Houston. And because due to the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival is approaching the next coming Saturday next week, so as a tradition that normally it's a very big occasion for people to say hello to each other, to pay respect to them, to their best friends or colleagues or whatever associate, because the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival is the big day for all Taiwanese and Chinese to stay together for family reunion, and also for the friendship to tell the people we miss them each other, and we will help each other, and this is a big day for us. It's a tradition. This has been going on for 1,000 years. It's a culture, because the moon, it's a symbol of the round. The round shape in Chinese and also in Taiwanese culture, it means fulfillment. It means satisfaction. It means pleasure. It means peace.
It's important that, you know, we need to learn from each other. We have got to live and survive on this planet. And the more we know about the people that surround us, that we're involved with, and the one thing which I said earlier, the one thing I think I knew, but it's been reinforced since I was mayor, is there are more good people on this planet than bad people. And I know that to be true, because if there weren't more good people, we've already destroyed ourselves by now. And so meeting with various people, different countries, different races, different creeds, different religions, it's just reinforced that feeling in me that humanity is good. We've got some problems with some areas, but basically humanity is good, and we need to feed off and nurture off each other and learn more about each other.
I was born in Taiwan, and now Stafford is my hometown. So I'm honored to serve as the city council for Stafford City. We all say this, diversity gonna bring more strength to our city. I brought my culture, my knowledge about whatever happened to Asia, bring to the Stafford. So we all work together, make Stafford the best city ever in Texas.
This ranks up there in a number of situations that have taken place. Taiwan is a great ally of the United States. And there's much commerce and changing of ideas and trade going on, not only with the United States, but with the state of Texas and this region around here. So it just gives us an opportunity to better understand, meet, establish a relationship, and hopefully that we continue to nurture that and grow, and greater things will come out in the future from these interactions and relationships.
More good news from SMSD as the Texas Education Agency gave an A rating to the new STEM Magnet Academy. John King hits the books for this story.
We were really excited to receive the grade rating A from TEA, Texas Education Agency. This project we've been working on for 2 years. The school opened last year. The first year we received the A rating. Very exciting. We kind of knew that our curriculum was established to receive an A. We had curriculum that was assigned to look at students' progress, student achievement, and closing the gap. Our curriculum is enriched with project-based learning, challenges where students have hands-on experience, students receive guest speakers. So it was a no-brainer that we received the A. We put in the work, we got great students, we got great staff. So we were very excited to receive the A rating. I think it's historical. It's a historical moment for a school to be open for the first year and receive a letter A rating. It's very historical. I don't have the exact research, but I'm almost sure that there's no school first year receive an A rating from TEA. What really goes into the work is first putting the right staff, the right team together, making sure that everyone is on the right bus, providing the right training, giving constant feedback to teachers and students, ensuring that we have the curriculum, the pacing guides, the scope and sequence, the materials, making sure we have partnership with the community, partnership with vendors to ensure that students are receiving real life experience. Being a magnet school and one of the first kind in this community in Fort Bend County, knowing and doing the research. We did a lot of research on what type of instructional strategies. We're using one-of-a-kind Harkness method, where students are the facilitator of learning and not just receiving direct instruction. Students get an opportunity to take charge in instruction.
In 40 years, They created this school district. No one has ever gotten an A here, ever, ever. So the very first time the highest agency in the state of Texas for education says you get an A, a big branded A, I was ecstatic. I fell out of my seat. That is really how it feels when you get your first one. It's like getting to get on top and you were striving to get there and you finally got there. That's what it feels like when you get to the top and you're like, all right, this is what it feels like. And so everything matters on that moment. So the very first time mattered tremendously.
The goal is to make sure that we got students really equipped to be ready for STEM careers. STEM is a billion-dollar industry. Basically, every job is related back to STEM. And so we don't just want students to receive the A rating. We do appreciate that rating, but we want to make sure that they're ready to go out in the work fields. We want to make sure that they're ready to have a career beyond our building. Because at the end of the day, we all say our mission is to make productive citizens, but we say at the STEM Magnet Academy, productive citizens in STEM.
So I'm also excited about the overall district rating of a B for the school district. Let me tell you why. We just came out of a pandemic. 2 years. 2 years of learning loss where people were behind doors and closed in, and we try to let computers do the job that only humans do well at. Computers are only tools to help you get more efficiently to a different destination, but they absolutely aren't better than regular classroom teachers in any form or fashion. So we had 2 years that we came out of that. And so with all of that learning loss and kids coming right back on campus and then having to perform, and then you still came up overall with the district being a B, that is outstanding as well. That's very difficult to do when you've been locked behind closed doors, haven't seen a teacher for 2 years in a row, you haven't gotten any other parts of things that were happening. That's a major accomplishment to be able to get a B for the entire district. The STEM schools rating of an A is just impeccable. The district's overall rating of a B is just more than noteworthy. It's outstanding because we came out of a pandemic and the kids were still successful. I want to congratulate the children for putting in their hard work because they're the ones who took the test. And for those of us who supported them, we're your biggest cheerleaders. Thank you so much for backing up Stafford Municipal School District and being part of the best little school district in the state of Texas.
Students succeed. Next.
In Stafford, diversity is not just a number, it's who we are.
When you are here, you become part of the story.
You can sleep well knowing we're always on the job and looking out for you.
It's a great place for growth and opportunity.
Tradition starts here.
We teach your children and we stick around for your grandchildren.
We are one. We are Stafford.
This is the city of Stafford, and we are one.
Every school wants its students to be successful, and what better proof than the students themselves? Fernando Ramirez spoke to two of HCC's brightest to share their stories. Fall convocation is a tradition among educational institutions, and this fall HCC's convocation was held at the Stafford Center.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Todd Duplantis. I'm the director of HCC TV, and I'll be your MC this morning. We're very excited to have all the attendees in person for the first time in a couple of years, so welcome back.
We are honored to welcome our faculty and staff to our Fall 2022 convocation. Today, we celebrate our accomplishments from the past year and take a look at the important steps we're making to improve our college, especially in areas of entrepreneurship. On behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, I want to let everyone know how grateful we are to Chancellor Maldonado, the leadership team, the faculty and staff for your commitment and unwavering dedication to our students.
I'm so glad to be here with faculty and staff in person again, and the community
from all across our district. This celebration is possible only because of your dedication to our students. A lot of shifting sand underneath our feet as we move forward, and thank you for your support and confidence in all of us in the job that we do. Now, in addition to recognizing the support of the trustees, I want to take a moment to acknowledge our dedicated faculty and staff. I want to applaud you. Because of your hard work and determination, we were able to exit the COVID change in our lives successfully, taking care of our students, keeping our programs in place. We will now shift our focus to the next value, devotion to service, embracing what's next for our students and for Houston. As we move forward, we continue to applaud the fantastic work being done by all members of our community. Now, not only are we making a difference on our campuses, we can see the results of our work all across the Houston area. I look forward to the next chapter on how we improve our community as we develop an even more robust growth mindset. Now, I'm grateful to the Board of Trustees for your dedication and support, and I'm grateful to all of you for your support. Many exciting things lie ahead for us. The community is looking to us to help lead, and I couldn't be more excited to see what we accomplish in the coming year.
For HCC Beat, this is Randall Williams. Fast and flavorful, next.
You can try, but you won't find another city like Stafford, Texas.
Serving our community just like you like it.
Taking care of you and your home since 1945.
We believe in STEM to learn and STEM to earn.
We're heading into college certified and career ready.
As a former student of Stafford, I take pride in keeping our classrooms safe.
We are Stafford, we are one.
There are gyms all over the area if you want to make your body stronger and more able to face challenges. But what if you want to do that for your mind? Fernando Ramirez has the answer.
I always say Learning RX is a gym for the brain, right? So everybody can go to a physical gym and get their physical workout, but when they need a mental workout and to improve their attention, their memory, perhaps, then Learning RX is the mental gym for them. Just like the gym, anybody can attend that wants to improve wherever they're at. So we take their baseline. We always do a pre-test, and then we train them, and then we take a post-test, and we kind of compare the two tests, and we can, show what kind of gains they make. But it's a boot camp, right? So it's a boot camp workout for the brain, and we work it pretty intensely. We're going to test, the 5 main cognitive areas. So the memory, the processing speed, the logic and reasoning, attention, visual processing, and auditory processing. And so based on what that baseline shows us and where your weaknesses are, this is when we will curate our exercises to match and challenge you in those those areas. So we know that neurons that fire together wire together, and that's the premise of the program that has been very successful over the years that's been implemented.
It's really great working with the students. Everybody comes in with their areas of strength and their areas of weakness, and what we want to do here is focus on the areas of their weakness and make sure that they're working at a level that's kind of underneath their frustration level. If their frustration level is here, we want to work right underneath that. So we find out what's easy for the students, and we push them to make sure that we're not bumping into the frustration zone, but that we're right underneath it, because that's where they need to work. I really think that Learning RX does a great job of creating an environment where you can learn, you can improve. Even as the trainers, when we make mistakes, our policy around here is fix it and move on. We're not going to dwell on it. We're not going to, beat each other up over it. We're just going to fix it. We're going to move on. And that's a life skill. And these kids need to have that life skill to be successful, no matter where they are.
I do believe that the program itself helps a lot of kiddos. It's an intense program, so it's not for everybody. It takes up a lot of time and a lot of effort from not only the parents, but the kids themselves. They've got to want to do it, right? You can't walk into a gym and stare at the equipment. You have to engage, right? But we want every kid to walk in here and feel like a rock star. And so, through that process, the kiddos are coming in here, sometimes being told that, you know what, this is all they've got, right? And in school, this might be the max of their ability level. But we know here at Learning RX that is not the max of their ability. We just need to unlock the different sections of their brain so that they can get better, right? And so when kiddos are walking in here with their hands, down and saying, I'm not that smart, through our program and our process, we are able to pick their heads back up, right? And show them, like, you are worth it, you can do it, you just have to try, right?
Are you tired of takeout? Would you like to cook more but don't think you have the time? Fort Bend County Libraries can help with a class on quick cooking tips. Fort Bend County Libraries always have a number of classes available for patrons to improve their skills. In this instance, cooking tips, presented by professional chef Ellen Schwartz.
We are having a cooking lesson in a library where we have no stove or anything or burners, but we're going to make do. We're going to pretend some of it. But I'm trying to get the people out of the kitchen fast because that's what most of my customers want to do. They don't really want to spend, like I like to spend a long time making a stew or a soup and, building flavors and all. But today people, have very busy lives and they want to get out of there fast. So that is the lesson today, is to stop taking takeout so much and try to make some meals at home that won't take you too long to do. I go to people's homes and I teach all around the city in their kitchens, or they come to my kitchen, and when I open the refrigerator, sometimes there's no food, and there's just boxes of things. I don't know what those are, and it makes me kind of sad. Also, a lot of stores, when you go in now, grocery stores, the section of pre-packaged produce is getting larger and larger, and the ability to pick out your own avocados and push on them and have 2 or 1 is kind of leaving us. If you buy a chicken, for instance, and you know all the ways to cook a chicken, then I'm going to also go over that fast. But you'll also know how to flavor it with some magical topping that's going to go on it, or a drizzle, or a brine, or something else. So basically you need to, cooking a chicken, you could broil it, you could bake it, you could sear it, smoke it, grill it, poach it, steam it, and that would apply to fish as well, or any protein really, is how, you go to the store and you have your little bag or whatever you have, and depending on how many people are in the family. I don't know my audience tonight, so I don't really know what I'm going to have. I assume it's going to be a mixture of single people and, people with families, and people who've already done all this and are tired of it and want something else. So I don't know my audience, but I'm just saying that if you just go grab a chicken at the store, you should, in your mind, be thinking of all the different ways that you could make it. And tonight, I'm going to explain how to put something on it or in it to make it fast and to produce the most flavor we can in the shortest amount of time. Like one day, I hadn't ever been to Trader Joe's before, and it was kind of in the beginning when it was making its big thing here. And this girl was in the store, a young girl, and she was screaming, "I got the last one, I got the last one." And she was so excited, and I ran over to see what it was, and it was a frozen box of spanakopita. It was the last one, and she was so excited. But that's something that I teach people to make on their own from scratch with a delicious filling. And, it sort of made me sad. But at the same time, I don't want to be too judgy because I understand that people are trying to be fast and out fast too, So I want them to also appreciate the ability to do it yourself in a chef way that makes it really delicious.
For Stafford CSI, this is Randall Williams. That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news.
This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.